Hello guys and welcome back to another FPL Game Week 4 video. Today we're back with the series Gems versus Frauds. In this series we take a look at 5 players that I consider as not hidden gems but too good for their price at the moment, and some frauds that are way more popular than they should be because they're not doing well and because they don't deserve it in general. We're going to focus on the 10 players that I'm going to discuss. You can see my team currently, it's not going to change. I'll have a deadline stream, so if you want to be on it and want to show your support or do something, please come, subscribe, like, all of those great stuff. And now let's dive into the players. Starting with the first gem, in my opinion, that is Luis Diaz. I believe that he is going to keep returning similar points like that. 14 pointer, 15 pointer, those points are going to keep coming in my opinion. He is playing too well to be benched. He might be a little bit of a rotation risk with Champions League. I don't know what's going to happen there, but for now he is as nailed as it gets. And for me, he is going to keep returning points. So if you are not willing to spend the money for Mohamed Salah, you can go for Luis Diaz and you can expect similar returns from him for way cheaper the price. I believe that he is not going to cover Salah, but he can pretty much get most of the points that he will get, and at the end you have the best points there. The issue with him is his minutes. In the first game he played 90, but after that 71 and 65. I don't know how those minutes are going to change with international, not international, but with European football, but still a very solid option. The second player that I would like to recommend is Noni Madueke. I did not want to recommend him after his hat-trick, but after watching him play against Crystal Palace and with the English shirt, I believe that he is in a pretty good place right now to be an nailed right winger. I believe it's going to be him on the right, Palmer in the middle, and Pedro Neto on the left with Jackson up front. That's going to be the starting lineup. He can be substituted, but regardless of that, I believe that for the price of 6.6, you cannot go very wrong there. He is good, he's electric, he had almost scored a goal against Palace. He should have scored, in my opinion, almost a goal return there. Yeah, he over exceeded his expected goals against Wolves because Wolves were just terrible. But against Palace, he created more good chances, and I believe that he is going to be a very solid option from the Chelsea lineup. He cannot cover Cole Palmer, but for me, he can be a solid option. Going into the third player, that is Semenyo. He has been in on my radar last week. Now he's back here. I did not go for him. I went for Rodgers, but this guy has been playing amazingly well. 27 shots in 3 games. That's just a huge number. Oh no, 27 is a lot. A little bit less, I believe, but still 21 or something like that, but still a very solid return ratio for a midfielder. He is the best cheap midfielder in my opinion. I'm too sad that I went with Rodgers instead of him because after game week 5 he faces Southampton and Leicester, home and away. So those two fixtures he's going to be in a lot of drafts and he's going to do amazingly well. The issue with him is that he's not qualifying for the bonus points even though he's scoring, and he got 3 returns. He got only 1 bonus point so far. So yeah, a little bit question marks surrounding him, but still a pretty solid option. And if you're looking for a 5.5 to 6 million midfielder, this is the guy to go. The next player that I want to discuss is Calvert-Lewin. You're going to say Everton are bad, and you're going to be completely right. But in my opinion, being on penalties and being their talismanic striker is going to help him a lot. If he takes a penalty, he will score it, and he will get the bonus points. As you can see, he scored a goal, made an assist, 3 bonus points. He's well 12 points. That's a pretty good return. 16 points already in the season. He's exceeding his expected goals, but with most of the forwards that is true, especially with Everton that they do not make a lot of chances, but you can have him for Leicester, Ipswich, Southampton, even Fulham are not the most solid side defensively. You can get a clean sweep of fixtures with him. I know there is a guy in Ndaye. I don't know if I'm pronouncing the name right. He's on my radar as well, but I very much prefer more Calvert-Lewin, and he is one of the cheaper options on the market, as you can see right here. And the final player that I want to recommend is Wissa. You're going to say, but isn't Mbumu better? Yes, he is, but everyone and their doc is recommending Mbumu, and I don't see a lot of people mentioning Wissa. And for me, Wissa is one of the most solid strikers in the Prem currently. Now, with Ivan Toney gone and with Igor Thiago being injured, I believe Wissa and Mbumu as a partnership, especially after the great run changes with Wolves, United, Ipswich, even Fulham, Bournemouth, Everton, Leicester. A lot of good fixtures are coming their way. And if you're looking to double up from a team, I believe that Brentford are going to be a really, really good side. He got already 5 bonus points into the season. He's 6.1 only, and he has scored 2 goals and made 1 assist. He, as expected, is no, he's not exceeding his goals. He exceeds the assists, but yeah, who cares about that? If he keeps scoring those goals, a lot of points are going to come his way, and I believe that he is going to be a really, really solid third option striker. So if you're looking to change Joao Pedro to someone after game week 5, I believe Wissa is your best option. You can get him even now. You can wait, but for me, he should be on your radar for sure. Moving into the fraud list, we're going to start with a little bit of a question mark fraud on my list, and that is Diogo Jota. I was just not happy how he played against Manchester United. He was slow, he was not too much involved, he didn't have the impact that he had. For example, against Ipswich, his points are not great, only 17 points compared to Luis Diaz, who got 15 in the last game only. He is being substituted off early as well, and he is a pretty streaky player, so he can start the streak now and score in the next 5 in a row, or just don't perform as expected. 14 points in the first 2, it's okay as a return, but still I would highly consider going away from Diogo Jota. For me, Trent and Salah and Luis Diaz are the 3 players that you should own. If you're looking for a triple up, that's the way. If you're looking for a double up in defense and only 1 player up front, I would go for Diaz, Robertson and Trent. But yeah, overall, quite a solid option, Diogo Jota, but yeah, he's taken off earlier. Now with UCL coming our way, I don't think he will get enough minutes to justify his place and the 7.6 price, so I would keep an eye on him. Not saying he's a fraud, but on the fraud list for sure. Next up is Adam Armstrong. All the things that were promised in preseason, he is not delivering. He played a combined of 100. Oh no, so that is 205 minutes. Yeah, it's calculated. So how silly of me, compared to 270 maximum. He's not being involved. He has been taken out in the on halftime, so that's a little bit worrying. He scored a lot of goals in the championship, but now the manager just doesn't want to utilize him as the goal scoring player that he was in the championship. So I would steer away from Adam Armstrong, and if I'm looking to swap him, I will go even for Vardy, Joao Pedro, Welbeck. Yeah, they're a little bit more expensive, but still Adam Armstrong needs to go in my opinion. Next up is Ollie Watkins. He is not justifying those 8.9 million currently. 61, 64, 60 minutes, barely getting the 60 minutes against Leicester. Now he has a knock and he hasn't been seen in training yet. Duran is in great form currently. I know that he is coming back from the South American um, international games, but still Duran is going to start in my opinion. Ollie Watkins, yeah, quite a bit question marks surrounding him. If you're not picking him for that fixture run, maybe after Liverpool's game you can go for him. If not, it will be quite tricky to still rely on Ollie Watkins, but yeah, I would steer away from him. He's not been the best version of himself. He missed several chances. He had an assist where that assist should not have counted. He just touched the ball randomly, and it was a random assist, to be fair. But yeah, he should have scored. Yeah, it balances out, but yeah, I would steer clear from Ollie Watkins if I were you. Next up, it's Emil Smith Rowe. This guy is so frustrating. He was looking too lively in preseason. He was getting into good opportunities. nothing of the same sort during the season. Now I know that he has 2 home fixtures, but I'm really looking for a way to take him out. In game week 6, I'm taking him out 1,000,000%. 2 home fixtures for him, quite good. But if I went with Semenyo, it would have been basically the same, to say the least, but I would have been more confident. Now Smith Rowe can score from outside of the box. He has a good shot in him. He just has a go in him, and he is highly owned, so I will continue owning him for now. But after game week 5, he is most probably leaving the side. Yeah, it's Forest, then it's City, then it's Villa. It's a mixed backup fixture for who I'm going forward, but I'm not willing to continue owning Emil Smith Rowe after game week 5. Now, the final player that we're going to discuss is Anthony Gordon. He is an interesting player. He did not play well against Southampton, did not play well against Spurs, and did not play well against Bournemouth. He has not been passing the eye test in any sort. As you can see, he doesn't have anything to show for himself in Southampton and Spurs home fixtures for goal scoring opportunities. Yes, he was expected some assists, but come on, it's not looking good for himself right now. I believe that he can improve, but until we see some improvement, I will not get him into my lineup. He's going down in price. Let's hope that he closes around the 7.12 million, because it's going to be great when he starts picking up some steam, some form, some good fixtures once again for Newcastle. If you look at the fixture run after Liverpool, it's quite an easy fixture run. Only Spurs are in their way, and United and Villa maybe. It's a hard stint here with 2 away fixtures around Christmas, but still, Leicester, Ipswich, then it's Wolves, Bournemouth, Southampton, Fulham, and after City it's Forest. So yeah, it's looking good that we will have more opportunities to bring in Newcastle players, but for now, as I mentioned, I'll steer clear. From those players that I mentioned, I still own Smith Rowe, and that's a little bit worrying. And I don't own any of the gems that are right now showcasing. But yeah, that's the deal currently. Smith Rowe is going to make way for Mbumu around game week 6. So let's see if he can return some points in game week 4 and 5. That will be for further discussions. If you enjoy my videos and want to see more, once again, don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to have a deadline stream, so come, we will have a lot of discussions. It will be at least 2 hour of a deadline stream. I'm expecting a little bit more as well, but yeah, if you like it, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to show your support, write down a comment if you have questions. But for now, guys, I'll be heading out. Bye.